Chapter 7. The World of Animals. Do you know that animals are living beings like us? They need food, water and air to live. There are different types of animals. Wild animals live in forest and domestic animals are domesticated. They are tamed as they are used for various human activities. Honeybees give honey. Hens give eggs. Cows give milk and oyster gives pearls. The animals can be carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores. Have you seen different creepy crawlies in your garden? They usually move by crawling, sliding, jumping, and flying. Let us learn about these animals in detail. So, let us read how is it explained in our book. Animals are living things. They need food, water and air to live like plant and human. The earth is home to many animals and insects. Just like plants, animals are also of different shapes and sizes. A giraffe is a big animal, while butterflies and ants are very small. Some animals are so small that you have to use a microscope to see them. Wild animals. Wild animals such as tigers, zebras, snakes, bears, etc. live in the forest. They find their own food and can take care of their young ones. Domestic animals. Domestic animals like cows, horses and hens are tamed or domesticated. We get milk from goats and cows, eggs from hens and ducks, and meat from hens and goats. We also eat fish. Sheep gives us wool. Elephants, bullocks, donkeys, horses, and camels carry loads. Bullocks also help us to plow the land, and dogs guard our house. In the high mountains, the yak is a very useful animal. It gives milk and also helps to carry load. We get silk from the silkworm's cocoon and honey from the honeybee. Oysters give us pearls. Animals' food habits. Animals like the tiger and leopard hunt and eat other animals. They are called carnivores. Animals like deer and giraffe eat plants and are called herbivores. bear, crow, and even humans eat both meat and plants. They are known as omnivores. Animals like the hyena and vulture do not hunt, but eat the leftovers of the meat eaters and are called scavengers. Animals' body parts. Animals have different kinds of bodies, so they move differently. Some animals, like the dog and the tiger, walk on 4 legs. Animals like the rabbit and the kangaroo hop on their stronger hind legs, and animals like snakes slither on the ground. Still, other animals like caterpillars crawl, birds fly, while fishes and crabs swim in water. Animals have special body parts. The giraffe has a long neck to eat the leaves of tall trees, and the deer has thin legs to outrun enemies. Frogs and lizards have long tongues to catch insects. The tail of many animals are special too. Many lizards have a tail which breaks off when grabbed by another animal. When an enemy chases the lizard and tries to grab the tail breaks off and drops. So, the lizard escapes safely. Animals that help us. About 10,000 years ago, people began domesticating or taming animals. Some of these animals provide food and clothing. For example, cattle supply meat, milk and leather. Hens lay eggs. Sheep provide wool and meat. Some domesticated animals help people work. Oxen and male buffaloes pull plows in the fields. Hands also pull carts on the road. Horses and camels carry people from one place to another. Animal live. We live in our homes with our families. Like us, animals too have houses to live in. Animals live in a special house. Wild animals live in natural shelters. Pets and domestic animals live in man-made shelters. Creepy crawlies. There are some very small animals which creep, crawl, slide, jump and fly. There are insects, worms, beetles, spiders, and grasshoppers. How can we tell the difference between these? insects and worms. Most insects have 6 legs and 2 pairs of wings. They do not have a backbone and their bodies have a hard cover. They feel and smell with feelers. A cockroach is an insect. The worm, like the earthworm, has a long soft body divided into many segments. Each segment has a pair of legs that helps it to walk or swim. Some insects, like the butterfly, look like worms before becoming insects. Let us find out how a butterfly is born. A butterfly starts its life as an egg. A worm-like creature called the caterpillar had the egg. It keeps eating leaves and growing fat. Then it forms a bag around itself called a cocoon and goes to sleep. After some time, the cocoon breaks open and a butterfly comes out. Beetles and spiders. Some beetles are brown and black in color. The front wings of a beetle changes into a hard shell to protect the back wings. Fireflies and glowworms that give out light in the dark are beetles. Ladybirds are also beetles. They are the farmer's friends because they eat aphids that destroy crops. Birds do not eat ladybirds because they are bitter. Spiders and scorpions have 8 legs. Scorpions carry a sting in their tails to protect themselves from enemies. Spiders spin webs with silk that comes from their bodies. They do not fly but can sail through the air at the ends of the silk threads they make. Flyers and jumpers. Butterflies, moths, and dragonflies are flying insects. Dragonflies catch and eat other insects in mid-air by stretching their thin legs. Though moths look like butterflies, they are very different. We see butterflies in the daytime and moths at night. While moths have thicker bodies, butterflies are thinner. Grasshoppers and crickets are jumpers. Both make a chirping sound by rubbing their hind legs against their wings. They are part of the same family, but crickets come out at night while grasshoppers are seen in the daytime. Social insects. Bees, wasps, and ants that live in colonies are called social insects. They have a queen who is very important because she is the only one who lay eggs. The honey bee makes honey from the pollen of flowers and lives in hives. Wasps eat wood and make paper-like hives using their saliva and a wood paste. They lay eggs in these hives. Ants do not fly, but they are social insects and live in nests. Ants work very hard all summer to store food for winter. When ants find food, they hurry back to the nest. While going back, they leave a trail of scent by pressing the body to the ground. The other ants find the food by following this scent. Find out why ants touch each other with their heads when they meet. Common insects. Flies, cockroaches, and mosquitoes are insects that are harmful. Houseflies carry dirt and germs. If you look at a fly through a magnifying glass, you will see that its legs are covered with dirt and it picks up when it sits on garbage or dung. So, if the fly sits on our food, it leaves all this dirt behind. Eating such food would make us sick. Cockroaches move in and out of drains and also carry a lot of dirt. So, we must always keep food covered to protect it from cockroaches. Mosquitoes breed in standing water and swamps. They feed on blood. The bite of a female mosquito may cause malaria, dengue, fever. Carrying mosquitoes biting during the day. Reptiles. Lizards and chameleons are called reptiles. Though they crawl, they are not insects. In fact, they eat insects. Lizards actually clean our homes by eating insects like moths and flies. However, we should keep food safe from lizards as their bodies are very poisonous. Now children, let us revise what we learned in this chapter. Time to revise. The earth is home to many animals and insects. Wild animals such as tigers, zebras, snakes, and bears live in the forest. Domestic animals like cows, horses, and hens are tamed or domesticated. Animals have different food habits. Animals have different kinds of bodies. There are some different animals which creep, crawl, slide, jump and fly.